everyone, my name is Aurora and welcome to my channel, and today's video is going to be the first in my moving update series. So I am graduating from business school at the end of May, and I'm currently living in New York State, and I plan on relocating to the Dallas, Texas area. So I'm originally from Texas, and I do have quite a bit of family that's still in Texas, and I just want to be closer to them. So since I graduated from college 10 years ago, I've pretty much lived in the Northeast, in the Mid-Atlantic, and I'm just at a point in my life where I'm ready to be closer to my family, and I'm looking to kind of settle down a little more long-term, because most other places I've only lived there for like 1 or 2 years and then I move somewhere else, but I am kind of looking for my long-term home where I'm going to be, and like I can buy a house, potentially build a family, all of that stuff. So I am going to be moving from New York to Texas, and I have exactly 7 full weeks before that happens, and then the 8th week is just kind of like a half week, and that'll be when I'm actually like loading up the moving truck, clearing it, like cleaning out my current apartment and turning in the keys, and then going down to Texas. So right now the plan is that I will be getting a U-Haul truck and loading that up with all of my stuff, and going down to North Carolina, which is where my mother currently lives, picking up some stuff that she has there, and then going to Texas and unloading everything. I do have my car up here, which I'm still working out the details, but it could be that my mother is going to come up here, she's going to drive my car to Texas, and I'm going to drive the moving truck, but we're still working out the details of what's happening there. Okay, so let me just back up here. I am graduating from business school, but I had decided that I didn't want to work in a traditional job. Instead, I wanted to focus on a couple of business ideas that I had. So creating some online businesses, but then also focusing on a startup. And because I'm not like restricted by a normal job and kind of like the location they want me to be in, I thought about which city I wanted to live in. And I think Dallas is just a really great metropolitan area. There's a lot there. There are a lot of companies there. If I do end up getting a job, a traditional job, and it's just like a big environment where there's a lot of talent that I could draw from to employ for my startup as well. It's close to Austin, where there is a lot of startup and tech stuff happening, but it also doesn't have the huge housing spikes the way that Austin does. And it's, within 6 hours of where a lot of my extended family still lives. And I do have some extended family actually living in the Dallas area. Some of my mom's cousins and their children. And, I had a few deaths in my family towards the end of last year in my extended family. And it just made me realize that I want to be closer to my family. It only takes 6 hours to kind of drive up to where they live. Or if I jumped on a plane, it's 30 minutes. Versus me being halfway across the country. And I know my mom is actually getting ready to retire soon. She's currently living in North Carolina, and she'll be retiring this year. And I know that she also wants to move back to Texas to be closer to our family. And it's just kind of the point where she's going to be retiring, and she should just be close to me. As she gets older, I would feel more comfortable with her being nearby. And also my mother has worked her entire life, and she was a single parent. She raised me and my sister, and sometimes she would work 2 jobs just to make sure that we had everything that we needed, most of what we wanted, and she's always been there to support me, and I honestly wouldn't be where I'm at or have gotten as far as I have gotten without her support. And so it's just kind of the time in her life where I want her to retire and just relax, and I can take care of things, and also just having my mother nearby. I'm single, I don't have any children, and I don't, I have my extended family and lots of cousins, and I, enjoy them, but she's really my only immediate family. And so I just want her to kind of I feel like it's time where she just moved in with me, and I'll just take care of her, right? So the plan is once she retires, she's going to be moving to Dallas with me. So I feel like it's just a great location for me family-wise. And then I think there is a lot of opportunity there in terms of my career, in terms of the businesses that I'm trying to build, and that's why I selected this particular location. But the first thing that I've done is really just kind of lay out all of the things that need to happen for this move. So thinking through the different logistics of applying for an apartment, reserving the moving truck, getting moving helpers to load the moving truck here where I'm at, and then to unload it when I get there, and then planning the actual trip itself. So it is a very, very long drive, so reserving hotels, planning the route that we're going to be going, and then just making sure that my car is prepped as well, making sure it has an oil change, if there's everything, first aid kit, snacks, all of that stuff. And then also thinking about like setting up utilities in my new apartment, making sure that I'm able to cancel my renter's insurance and everything in this apartment. I actually don't have like utilities that are billed outside of my like monthly rent. Everything's kind of included here, or they bill it through the rental system. So that's really good. I don't have to worry about that. But also like changing your address, changing like updating credit card addresses and all of that sort of stuff. So that's just kind of like the logistics of the move. And then I have kind of like a separate plan for packing everything in my apartment. So this includes like getting boxes, packing the things that aren't necessarily essential to, me living here the next 7 weeks, or things that I want to keep but that I don't need to have, on hand because they're not things that I use super regularly. And then going through and donating items, selling some larger items because there are some things that I don't want to take with me. And then using up the groceries that I have, cleaning supplies, and then also like getting a TV box because I'm going to need one. I'm going to go ahead and pack my TV into the moving truck. And then just making sure that I'm packing kind of like a first day or first week box. So when I get there, I know that box has, a couple of pots and pans, some paper towels, some toilet paper, shower curtain liner, just kind of like the absolute essentials that I'll need like the first day that I'm there. I have started like planning it all out. I've written out kind of all the things that need to happen for the move. Here's some like things that I'm going to need for packing. And then these are the 7 weeks up at the top, and I will be filling in kind of like what I need to get done by each week. And I definitely think it's possible, right? There are 7 weeks. I have time. I plan on giving you guys a weekly update. So if you're interested in seeing more, please like and subscribe. And thank you so much for watching. Bye.